Hey everybody, it is Tuesday and we are covering Blink Chapter 4. Hope everyone's been enjoying these short little summaries of Blink as I read it chapter by chapter. So again, I know how busy we all are running 100 miles a minute, and personal development is so important, not only for you, but also maybe the teams that you support or teams that you're on. So if you're finding that these videos are helpful for your own personal development, or you want to share them with a friend or family or your team members, like, love, share it, spread the word. Would love to get more viewers because I've been getting a lot of great feedback, and I'm already thinking about that next book that I'll be covering. If you would like to get more than 2 chapters a week, so I've been doing Tuesdays and Fridays, I'd be happy to step it up a little bit. Just comment below if you'd like to see more per week, and your wish is my command. So let's talk about chapter 4, Tall, Dark, and Handsome. Hope that got your attention. So Blink has talked a lot about how snap judgments and snap decisions can be good, right? This chapter talks about sometimes when they're made in error. And it starts out by talking about Warren Harding, who was one of our presidents back in the 1900s, and a little story about how someone felt like he should be a good president because he was great looking. He was tall, dark, handsome, and really pushed for him to be president. And he was president for 2 years. Now, historians, not my words, I'm not educated on Warren Harding, but according to the book, historians said he was one of our worst presidents ever. So why is that? And so what happens is, and what this chapter talks about, is that it's okay to make that snap decision, but you have to keep thinking. You have to keep digging below the surface. So let's talk about some of those examples. So there's a couple tests that are out there. The first one that the book talks about mostly is the IAT, the implicit association test. So if you can picture, we'll start simple, right? So if you can picture, there's a column on the left side that it's blank, and at the top it says male, and on the right side it says female, and it's blank. And down the middle are names: John, Mary, Joe, Stephanie, William, names that are not gender neutral. And you have a certain amount of time, and in the blink of an eye, you have to decide, is this associated with male or female, right? Pretty easy. And this is a test that you can go online and do. I'll put the website in the comments because I don't have it highlighted. Oh, here it is. It's not right here. Yes, www.implicit.harvard.edu. So if you want to try this out, you can go to that website. And there's a ton of different IAT tests. So then, to make it a little more challenging, the test then on the left side, it has male. It says male or career, female or family. And then down the middle, you've got names, but then you also have career types. You also have things that might happen in a family environment, like laundry, cleaning. I think you see where I'm going. It's still not that difficult when you go through it quickly, because typically careers are associated with men. Typically, historically, household chores are associated with women. That's just, now I realize the century that we're in, and things are changing. But that's that association, right? So what happens when you flip family to male and career to female? It takes people a lot longer. And what this test measures, right, is it measures that second level of attitude on an unconscious level. So it's our immediate associations that tumble out before you have time to think about them. The test also shows, and I'm reading from the book, the unconscious attitudes that you might have, even if they completely are opposite of what your core values are, right? So as a working mother, to be associated with laundry and cooking, I could say that I'm offended by that, but I'm not, because I do those things, but my husband helps with those things too. So even though it might be against your values, it's that second layer. So if you go further in the chapter, it talks about a car salesman, a top car salesman. And he's interviewed to say, how are you winning these awards like year over year over year with sales? And he said that when someone walks in to his dealership, he's making a ton of judgments right away, right? When someone walks in, it could be their age, it could be their gender, it could be how they're dressed, it could be their race. But he puts all that aside and realizes that every single person that walks in has the same opportunity and the same ability to buy a vehicle. And he pushes all those aside. So of course, what do the researchers do? They do a case study, and they go time and time again. I think they had over 100 college age students, all the same age. They had a script that they were to follow, where they went to school and what they were studying. So they all stated the same job, the same college, the same level of school. They were a mix of race, they were a mix of gender, and they were all treated a little bit differently. And it's interesting because they provided the same information. They were dressed professionally. They were college students. But the prices that they were quoted and the treatment they were given was all over the board. And so it's a good reminder is that we can make those snap judgments about people, but to push them aside and to keep thinking. Just because someone walks in and they've got ready hair and ready clothes doesn't mean that they can't afford something or purchase something, or that they wouldn't be a good customer, or they wouldn't be a good friend. Fill in the blank, right? Think about a time where maybe someone made a snap judgment about you because of your age, because of your gender, because of your race. And maybe think about a time where you really had to push aside a judgment that you made about someone because of those factors, or maybe because of something that someone was wearing or a car that they rolled up in. But because you kept thinking, you were able to push that one thing aside. So I really like this chapter. Again, it's okay to make those snap judgments and those snap decisions. It's natural. We're going to do that. But what's important is that you keep thinking, you keep listening, you keep your ears open and your eyes open to see if that snap judgment and that snap decision is accurate. I appreciate you listening. Again, like, love, share it with your team, share it with your friends, your family. We're going to cover chapter 5 on Friday. Again, unless I get someone who comments below saying they want it a little bit sooner, I will do that. So have a great day, and we'll be in touch soon.